These are the kinds of things you would not be blamed for thinking they only happen in movies. 4 inmates will be appearing in court on Monday after the Hawks caught them operating an extortion scam from prison.
Well, an investigation was conducted into police officers allegedly extorting money from men using a secret online escort service. Several smartphones were found on each of the accused inmates. The joint operation was held at the OD as well as the Bevansport Correctional Centres in Mabopane as well as Pretoria on Thursday. So to tell us more about this, exactly what happened, Hawks spokesperson Philani Nkwalasa joins us now for this conversation. Thank you so much, Philani, for joining us this morning. I mean, as my colleague Moreno was saying, that you would think that this only happens in the movies, but no. It actually happens inside of our prisons, and more than anything else, the question then becomes how corrective are correction facilities in this country if cell phones are allowed to be held, if operations of this intricate nature can actually take place under the watch of law enforcement?
Yeah, well, first of all, good morning to you and your colleague, as well as your wonderful viewers up there. And yes, indeed, let me start by saying a total number of 36 cell phones were found during the raid. And these cell phones, some of the phones belong to our 4 suspects, but of which we took those for further investigation. The rest of the cell phones were then taken by the team from Correctional Services, very efficient team that we worked with, and of which without them, none of the success that we had on the day during the raid would have been a success. We worked in collaboration with Correctional Services, and there is a team called the Emergency Support Team, in short ESP. They were very helpful, and we were very successful. And of course, in any environment, there would be perhaps officials that may be corrupt, but you can't necessarily blame the officials on this because it happens everywhere. You find inmates find ways in, and forever they are upgrading on how they sneak in, items within the correctional facility. And of course, cell phone is one of those that should not be in the correctional center. But of course, the department, I believe they worked with us. They are doing a great job. We found those phones with accessories and we seized them. The ones that are belonging to us, to the suspect, we took them. The rest, they have them. And of course, they will be demolished according to the act. And the inmates will also be charged accordingly. Those that are linked to our case, they have a criminal matter. And those whose cell phones were found, who are not on our case, the department is taking action against them. And of course, there are privileges that would be taken away from them without speaking to the department. But we are actually quite happy with the work that is done. And we hope to link even more suspects on the matter because we have seized those cell phones without divulging the methodology that we use in investigating. But of course, the digital forensic investigation will be working with those cell phones. And basically, what these gentlemen did, initially, if I were to start from the beginning, earlier this we received about 3 complaints. And these 3 complaints came from men who had, at some point in time, had sought a service from an ad they saw online of sex workers. So, and then later on, they were then called by people who were purporting to be police officers. And the people said, they called them by name, and then they said, we have a warrant of arrest against you, and you are being charged. You've been charged for 1, rape. Secondly, you are also charged for fraud, because they allegedly claim that they paid with fake money. So, and they were served with warrant of arrest. The warrant of arrest looked very legit because what these suspects, while they were in prison, what they did was to go and fish on social media platforms like your Facebook and others, pictures from the profile of innocent and unsuspecting police officers. And then on this conversation they had with the victim, they claimed to be those police officers. And once we got that complaint, of course, initially the investigation was targeted at those police officers for corruption. However, some of the complaints, for instance, on the 3 that I mentioned, 2 of those they allegedly paid. They gave in fear of prosecution. They then paid the money as instructed and put it in some of the accounts. We had 2 accounts. One of the victims paid about 60,000 rand, while another one paid a total of 110,000 rand. And this is not a once-off payment. They request 10,000, and then after that they want 15, after that they want 30. So you see, but they kept on paying until they then came to us to report the matter. The third one did not give it, just immediately reported the matter to the police. So that's how the investigation went through. And of course, because of the account and the numbers and the cell phone used, we then saw that there is no link between these police officers, and of which some of the police officers were even resigned. They're no longer in the country, so we were faced with those things. So there was no link at all to the current officials from the South African Police Service, or even those who had resigned. And it linked us to, following the numbers, it linked us to the correctional services. Hence, we had that joint operation. And of course, we found cell phones from this gentleman, and we took those for investigation. And of course, they are appearing in court on Monday in Pretoria, Monday.
Lieutenant Colonel, you've actually given an in-depth just unpacking of what exactly has been happening and just an understanding of what exactly has been happening. And for that, we really do appreciate it. We'll leave it there with you. That, of course, is the Hawks spokesperson, Lieutenant Colonel Upilani Nkwalase.